On a way to do a flip through with two hands. It's, it's quite a tripod I have here. It's hanging on the back of a chair, but anyway, it works. Um, I had started my art journal, multimedia, mixed media art journal, uh, with the intent of doing something on the back of the pages as well to really give it a workout. This is great paper, by the way. And it was a Christmas present from Strathmore and Aaron Brothers. I went down there and they had, I think it was a buy one, get two. They had a lot of things that were buy one, get two. And I got some watercolor, Strathmore watercolor, small pages, and some of these books are very nice. Very nice paper. Um, Studies on narcissistic personality disorder. The things that people who have boundaries have, and the people that want to take all these good things. Walls and fences. So I'm looking for walls and fences to put into my art journal for this journaling by fives. These are both sort of Valentine-y, but they didn't start that way. And I've been doing a lot of stuff that starts out basically just grays, very light neutrals. And I like those. This has gotten darker, but this is one of those. Oh, another one of those. They look like little wedding invitations. This is a CD thing. This is when you find yourself asking, who does that? The answer is no longer rhetorical. Donald Trump does. And Donald Trump is a rare example of a pure, raw narcissist, which are pretty raw to start with. They're all the same, even though they're different. Anyway, when you find yourself asking over and over again, he can't possibly be that dumb, he can't be that mean, he can't be that rude, you're right, he can't. He's a narcissist and you're probably being gaslighted. Okay, this is the outside of these beautiful little iridescent paints. I've talked about these. I got these at Aaron Brothers. They have two different brands there, but I think they're the same. They look the same. They just have different labeling. They're made in China. And I believe that they're held together. There's just a little film on top that keeps the mica suspended nicely for the shine. And I believe that they are held together with a little extra gum arabic, which is a component of watercolors. And these are a transparent watercolor here. Because after they're completely dry, if you go to paint over them, they lift completely. So I had originally thought that they had a little bit of acrylic in them that was causing that skin, but if it were acrylic, they wouldn't come up like that. And so you use these for a top coat, and they are beautiful, just beautiful. And these are another Christmas present from them because this was a buy one, get two free. And I bought sets of these iridescent watercolors as well as a couple of sets of these gouache paints. Gouache, by the way, is like a tempera paint. It is a watercolor. It's a water-based paint, and it's considered to be a watercolor. And it is an opaque watercolor, whereas most watercolors are transparent watercolors. That's what we're talking about. The difference between a gouache and an acrylic is that this does not have plastic in it. This is a water soluble. So you can write on top of it easily with your pens. And when you're all done, you can seal it with all the different acrylic sealers that we put on. So it's just like having an acrylic without some of the drawbacks. Also, using it in stencils, it washes right off. Just washes right off. things like that. So I highly recommend these. They're on regular price. They're $9.99, but they're $3.33 if you get 3 of them on sale. They're not on sale right now, but these are things I've been playing with this book, just to loosen up. And then this Journaling by Fives came along. These are some more, some pens I bought to test out, just regular. I think they have 2 ends. A lot of bleed through on them. Those are from Michaels. And they're brush pens, too, from Michaels. A lot of bleed on these. But I'm going to use them anyway on my Journaling by Fives because the back sides are kind of out of the picture. This is a page of maybe some words I might want to have. Help, I've fallen and can't reach my beer. So this was testing these out. This looks a little transparent here, but that's because what I was doing was I'd do a square here and then take my brush and clean it off somewhere on these 20 pages. And as I went, then I was actually getting more and more water into my paint. But it's very good paint for it's good paint for $10 a set. Haven't tried mixing it, but it covers. And you can use it as a wash too, of course. So anyway, here's the first one. And I've done everything. Here I have gone in and spent some extra playtime. And so my total hours altogether, you know, the 5 sessions and then more, has been 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's like actual work time with pawing around in the book with a timer on. And for the playtime now I'm using a stopwatch to keep track of it. And I need to go back through, and before I do, find my different images. Okay, I don't save images all that much cut out, so I need to look for some to play with, because I'm letting this also be inspired by what is on the page as it goes. I have sort of some plans as to where these things are going, but I think this one's done, but I guess I could do some more. It's pretty. There's one with the little kitty. I did a lot with the gray, the lightest gray of the markers here from Michaels. The lightest gray. And this is brush pen and chisel. And they're good. They work nice. It's just there is some bleed on them. So, but they don't go through to the next page. But in another kind of paper they would. This paper is excellent. Really. This, well, it looks like it's missing some steps. It's like all green and then it has some stuff stuck on it and some stamps. So this is 4. This is page 4, so I'm trying to get numbering in. That'll count also as words and letters. This one I switched because it had the brown in it, and I was making the first 5 be glued on cardboard. It just evolved as part of it, so I switched this one with one of the ones that gets the little leaves. Now these little leaves turned out to be a big mess. Okay, 6, 7. This, the little leaves and the feathers, that's a mess, but I have gone all over all of it with a white Recollections pen. And, oh, by the way, I showed these stamps yesterday. I couldn't remember what they were. These are Recollections also. The scrapbooking that Michaels carries. And they're really good. I only used the white one because that would be the one to test. And it works. Okay. So with the feathers and the leaves section stamped, this is going to need some feathers. I mean leaves. This is the one that I switched from there to go out here. This has a few little leaves on it here. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. This is real pretty. This ink is taken a long time to dry because it's on top of waxed paper that's been ironed and Mod Podged and everything else. And this is getting kind of pretty. It's just a backside one. There's this tree sort of thing that was suggesting itself. Brushes are, I mean not the brushes, the Sharpies kind of scooch around and get real liquidy on this stuff, but it's still fun to work with it. Getting some nice effects here. Need a flip page because this page is kind of confusing. It's nice, I like it, but I think I probably got too attached to this plaid pattern. Here's Lao Tzu here. Lao Tzu, elephants. I went around them with gray to bring them out. He's sort of meditating up on a hill and generating elephants. It says inspiration. I like this. But that's really stuff that happened on the first day. I like this one a lot. So this is the doily stenciling here. And then doily stenciling, and then I'm thinking of borders here. Tape borders. Yeah, this I showed the other day. This is a nice brochure on Alzheimer's. At our age, we have to watch each other and watch ourselves. And what are like typical, I think you walk into a room and go, I don't remember what I came in here for. That's normal. Okay, so here we go. With more of these doily things. I think I need to do some more with color with this stuff that I've gone crazy with the green on. And more snowflakey things. Went back in with pencil on this, and then I rubbed it out. Might go back in and erase it. Here's the number 5. I brought it up more. This was page 20. Red and green, and it sort of works. This is like Christmas morning and opening all your presents and throwing the paper everywhere. That's what this one is. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. And then this one is stuff that's kind of come through my hands just while I'm working on this. This was page 21, the artist's spare, like a baker's dozen. The artist's 20 is 21. Just in case one goes really bad. And it's possible that this one might replace something. It has its own personality because it's just, I don't know, I'll stick this on. And this was playing with some of my older stamp things. And this is nice. I haven't figured out a way to use it yet. I keep putting it on things and not using it. But I'm anxious to get back to journaling. I mean, this also, I thought, this is a good place to write. So I'm thinking about, okay, where are you going to do your writing? I mean, this is an art journal, and part of it is to pop stuff in that you've been thinking about, but also paste your little things that you find in and all that. Anyway, that's that. I hope this isn't a horribly boring journal. I thought this was a good way to start. Now, I can't imagine working like this because this here was right down here is a tripod is actually hanging on the back of a chair. This is the seat of the chair. So, and I stand to work, but I can't really see myself standing over this and doing work like that. But I might. And who knows if this is going to be upside down.